Hello, my friends. I'm going to do something a little different today. I'm just giving you a little vocab teaching lesson just to catch you up on a few things. You may know some of this. I'm not saying you wouldn't, but just to catch. The one thing I didn't bring is in informal contexts. One of the most identifiable marks of a pastor, clergy, which is like kind of the official title, would be a collared shirt. Sometimes it's a white tab right here. Sometimes it's the full around the neck. The white tab is called the Roman collar after the Roman Catholic Church. And the strip around the neck is the Episcopal collar. Episcopalians are known to have that. Black is usually, almost everybody can wear it. If I wear it as a man, I get really mistaken for a Catholic priest. Many of my women and trans colleagues will wear black as a sign of trying to expression of authority. The only other color that usually matters is purple, and that's usually reserved for bishops. If you're wearing a different colored clergy shirt, you're pretty easily identified as a Protestant. Outside of that, and that's like on the street, right? Some pastors have worn it underneath ceremonial vestments, which is what I'm going to talk about for the rest of this video. But there's never a rule about it. Okay, first things first, the base, the alb. Now, ceremonial stuff, I am all about pomp and circumstance. If you know me, come on. As a general rule for the churches I've pastored, I really want the pomp and circumstance for big events. Baptisms, communion, weddings, funerals, those are big things and kind of require or are expectant of kind of more effort and energy. Not that an average Sunday in July or August isn't a great Sunday, but it's something that colors the day. So anyway, back to this. This is the base layer. It's called an alb or alb, depending on who you are, where you're from. It's the base layer. It's pure white. These are modeled after the original Roman common citizen undergarment or like base garment. You wore this as a cat. Everybody wore this. In the first church, this was like kind of, I don't want to say like a uniform. It wasn't required. It's just what everyone had. And so since we were all one in Christ, it was a way of kind of unifying everyone in the room. You were baptized in one of these. And that's kind of the thing. Think about baptism, right? What does the baby wear? A white gown. Now, why is a pastor wearing it? Because being a pastor is an extension of our baptism. As Protestants, it is not its own sacrament. It is an extension of our baptism. Now, you could wear one of these. If we were a really high liturgical church, anybody listening to this can wear one of these because that's just part of the expression of Christian faith. It's within the Christian tradition. In order to wear one of these, what I'm about to show you, you have to be ordained. Now, there's different styles depending on your type of ordination. But if you're going to be a pastor like me, the type of pastor I am, you're going to wear, it's called a stole. It's the scarf-looking thing that the bishop puts on you at your ordination. This one is actually one of my wife's grandfathers. I wear it. The colors usually change with the liturgical season. That's usually where they're supposed to go. And I could do a whole nother video on the liturgical seasons, but white's pretty good year round. Now, this you probably have seen. One of the things I know many of you only started seeing with me, I do know that none of the Methodist pastors who served Spirit of Hope wore one of these suckers until I showed up, because I am a bit more Episcopalian than my predecessors. And this, you think so you have to be ordained to wear a stole. This is called the chasuble. Many of you have seen my rainbow one, a whole story on that. The chasuble is for the presider of communion or baptism, when you preside over a sacrament. Sacraments are the liminal space between heaven and earth where they meet for a moment mysteriously. It's like when you're waking up from a dream and you hear your alarm and you're like interacting with your alarm in your dream. Liminal space. That is where chasubles show up. That's how, I mean, if you're a regular at Spirit of Hope, you know, when you see me walking in wearing this or the rainbow one, you're like, something's awesome's going to happen. Finally, the black. This is just a robe, right? The white one was called an alb. Black one is called a robe. Robes came from the Reformation a couple hundred years ago when Protestantism first started kicking off, when we started rejecting kind of Roman and Catholic understandings of faith. What became liturgical was this rejection of this historical and of Roman understandings of faith. And we actually, the clergy moved very close to the academics. So we adopted in the Reformation academic vestments, which is why kind of Reformed traditions like your Presbyterians, your Baptists don't wear a lot, but if they do, they don't wear a lot of vestments. But if they do, they wear the black. But Presbyterians, kind of anything coming out of John Calvin, that's generally where they're coming from. And as Methodists, we are shaped by the Roman tradition, the Anglican tradition, the American expansion into like the European expansion into the West. We were in conversation with the Reformed tradition. So we are free pretty much to express who we are and the traditions that we hold. I'd invite you, what are the traditions, what are the trappings of worship that help engage your faith? Just a quick little one. Anyway, see you Sunday.